Stacks are back. I'm excited. Are you? I hope so. Same game parlay. That's it. 3 legs. We're going to get in. We're going to get out. We're not going to do something crazy or massive. Check out the Eytan's Essentials video. That's out. That's a little more wild, if you will. That's a little more long range, a little more bomb heavy. But in this case, we're just going to build a 3-leg same game parlay for Thursday night football. I only ask a couple of things in return, that you hit the thumbs up button. We are approaching 100,000 preseason NBA basketball. Some big things around the corner in the NFL season, college as it continues. You want to be here. You just stumble upon this shit. Trust me, there are smarter individuals on this channel, both in the comment section below and making videos than me. We're just happy to have you. That's the big thing. All right, we're going to get to it. We're going to look at the game. I've got 2 player props in here and jam this thing in to a nice, juicy Thursday night same game parlay. You missed out, though, right? Like I told you about this deal. It was just too good to be true at Bet365, 21 or older, 18 in Kentucky. Welcome on in, Kentucky. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now it's down to 150. You bet $5, you get 150 back. Or your first bet up to could be $10, 50, up to 1,000. But that 365 is gone. So who knows just how long this one is going to last. All right, let's look at the game here. Everybody is just going to start pouring in. We've seen this line move a couple of times over. It's down to 6 last I checked on Odd Shopper. So it's going to move throughout. I think the best thing is looking at where it's ranged so far and what's in between the 2 parameters that have been set by movement, down to 6, upwards to 7, right, when this thing opened up. Now, with that said, I'm looking at trying to get ahead of where this thing opened, looking at Justin Fields as less of a culprit and more of a victim of what happened. Like, he wasn't the one who initiated it. It was still coaching. There's still some serious issues with Chicago, and to lose a game like that is just inexcusable overall. So I get that. I do get that. But you start to look at some issues here with Washington, especially coming off of coming off division, looking off of a game of Philadelphia, 3-7 against the spread, coming off Eagles games. This is a team, as we've seen, not just recent, but in general, take on Philly. That's a rivalry game. That is a rivalry football game. And on a short week, they now take on a Bears team with nothing to lose. Absolutely 0 to lose. So you better line up right now and jump in as our first leg, Chicago plus 7.5. I don't need to push it any more than that. It's a key number of key numbers right below 3, and we're moving it past the hook. It's a parlay. We're going to take a little bit of a hit, but not even as much as you may think. So I'm serious when I'm looking at Chicago as a cover at around 6 and not looking at any buyback for Washington then. Why wouldn't I push this thing over the key number back to where it began, even getting the hook, I imagine, at most places where it opened or reflected and opened, to say the least. Now, next leg. I'll show you the big picture here. Let's go at how we get to this spot. You may think, well, it's Thursday night football. You've got sides, at least with Washington. No quarterback for Chicago, but sure, you've got some guys who can run the football and probably want to move the ball on the ground. Nonsense. Sam Howell, Eric Bieniemy come off a monster game against what seems to be a very easy beat Philadelphia Eagles defense. So I'm looking at the second leg now as something more a matter of, well, what can I do for the passing game? Where can I look at angles in which we can get to a game in which it's competitive for Chicago, even if it's a backdoor cover? And I think you can look at both of these guys here. You can look at McLaurin, you can look at DJ Moore. And they are correlated in the sense of game flow and plan and how we get here. Look, Justin Fields is going to drop back, and throw the football. That's just going to happen. And DJ Moore is a guy that will be peppered. Numbers are there, targets are there. That's not really any shock by any means, especially because Matt, this guy Eberflus, like this is a disaster in its own right. So shit needs to break down in order for it to really work consistently, because that's when Fields is allowed to make some plays and DJ Moore can do some things. And but still, you look at Moore, top 10, believe, targets in the league. He is getting looked at by Justin Fields. Force fed the football. Don't worry about McLaurin. I know that there's been some concern there because of injury, more so, I think, than anything else. But my God, I mean, you talk about the game in which he had, again, about how beatable this Eagles team is. It gets even easier against Chicago. Defense, Eagles defense, I should say, not the team. Defense gets even easier against Chicago. No. We're fine. We're fine. Look, you can put the dollar on BetM 365 here, plus 414. You can do whatever you want, okay? But that's it. Bears plus 8.5, over 60.5 Terry McLaurin, and over 49.5 DJ Moore. 3 legs. We get in, we get out. Same game parlay. You sign up at Bet 365 on the way out. Okay. Here's the deal. I'm going to show it to you, right? But I want you to at least take advantage of this. Sign up below, 50% off your first purchase, first month, first week. I have plays. Don't worry. Here they are. I'll get you NFL plays. You're here for an NFL video. That's the least I can do. All right. I know. I was trying to throw in some other stuff there to say, hey, look what you can bet on. All right. Here you go. Here are our top 3 plays. Have at it. I think you can look at this overall and just push this. Okay, Osborne, Ridley, Kittle, knowing that they're beating the market. Odd Shoppers found our top 3 football plays for you right now. You want something for tonight? Let's see. There you go. Johnson, over 19.5 rushing yards on Bet Rivers. Go ahead and bet it. In fact, if you go to Odd Shopper, sign up, you'll get access to all of these links yourself. I mean, you can always help me out and click the video, but that's asking a lot.